The holidays are almost here, and that means gifting season. As Gizmodo's senior editor of consumer tech, I get to test a lot of gadgets. So today, I'm gonna take you on a journey of 10 tech gifts that I can't get enough of, and one extra surprise gift at the end that you won't wanna miss. I've divided the gifts into 3 groups: gifts for the office, gifts for the living room, and stuff to take with you on the go. Let's skip ahead to the good stuff and look at tech on the go. Everybody's got a smartphone in their pocket. This is the iPhone 17 Pro Max in this lovely cosmic orange. It's the best that Apple offers. It's got the best screen, the best battery life, and arguably the best cameras. But if you really want to take your cameras to the next level, you need one of these. This is a cage by Moment, and it allows you to put your iPhone in here just like so, and add additional accessories like an external microphone, an additional light, and really give your iPhone footage that cinematic look. The great thing about this rig is that you can hold it like this to get super steady footage. So if you're running and gunning, you can hold it like this. If you're shooting vertical videos for TikToks, Instagram Reels, or YouTube Shorts, this also works. There are also additional mounting holes over here for you to add extra accessories. This is really great for people who are really familiar with capturing video on their iPhone, but want to take things to the next level. Shoot more cinematic video, really just like get more professional looking shots. You know what pairs really well with the iPhone 17 Pro Max? The AirPods Pro 3. These sound phenomenal. The noise cancellation is 2 times better than AirPods Pro 2, and they also have a couple of new features that are really great, like a built-in heart rate sensor. Live translation is really great if you're going out of country. But the feature that I really like the most is one called Camera Remote, and it allows you to press these stems to start and stop a video recording. Additionally, you can also use the built-in microphones on your AirPods to record video. This is great for VO, so if you're a vlogger, you're a TikToker, you're gonna get clean, clear audio compared to what you get from the iPhone's built-in microphones. Probably have seen this camera, and that's because the TikTokers are totally obsessed with it. This is the Fujifilm X100V. This is an older model. They have the new VI. They also have an interchangeable lens version called the XE5, and they all look really vintage, really like film cameras, but I really love mine from 2020, mainly because it still works. It takes fantastic photos. They have film-like qualities. I mean, just look at this thing. It looks so great when you're out on the street shooting with it. And I love the metal dials. I love the metal buttons. I love how tactile everything is. It shoots 4K video. Really, when you mess around with the film recipes, your photos look a little bit more cinematic, a little bit more filmic, a little bit more vintage-like. There are just like no bad photos that this thing takes. Even bad ones like look really great. It just makes me want to go back out and shoot more photos. All right, for a less conspicuous camera experience, we've got the brand new Meta Ray-Ban display. You can't see it right now, but there's actually a transparent display inside of the right lens. So I'm looking at a screen right now, which is really, really cool. The great thing about these is that you can take photos and actually frame up your shots, unlike the Ray-Ban Meta Gen 2 AI glasses. So right now, if I go like this, I just took a photo. If I press and hold, I'm recording a video. Now you also need this thing. This thing is called the Neuroband, and you use this to control the UI. So you're basically using these really cool hand gestures like this to flip through your photos and videos. You can pinch like this. It's futuristic stuff. It reads the muscle movements inside of your arm. And you can do things like get notifications from your phone. You can answer and receive calls. You can listen to music, and even watch the occasional Instagram reel. Now, these are supposed to one day maybe replace your phone, but for now, they're just kind of like glorified smartphone glasses. Okay, I know that they look dorky, they look really thick on me, they're a couple of sizes, different colors, but this is really great for people who want to take hands-free POV shots, photos, videos. Think parents who have kids maybe, think content creators who are wanting to show some product while they're doing demos. You don't need to mount a GoPro anymore, you don't need to have like your phone right here. You can just start and stop recording right here and just like look at your shot. And now for the office gifts. This, I think, is the, it's the Keychron Q16 HE8K. Whew, that's a mouthful. But The thing I like about this keyboard is that it's all ceramic. There are zillions of mechanical keyboards that are released every year, but just listen to how good this sounds. I mean, that thok. Ooh, I love it. I feel like I could just like type on this thing all day long. Each key is so smooth, it's glossy, and just feels really high-end. The thing I really like about this keyboard is also that it can be used for gaming. So it has a 8K polling rate, and each key is also fully programmable. So if you have VIA, if you have QMK, you can fully map each key to your liking. It also does RGB if you're into that. But the one downside is that it's a wired keyboard. So yes, you will have to use a USB-C cable, and it doesn't work with Bluetooth or 2.4 gigahertz dongle, but I think that's worth the trade-off. Any bit of little satisfaction that I can get from typing makes the workday just go a little faster, in my opinion. Okay. This is the Logitech MX Master 4, the sequel to one of the most popular mice of all time, the MX Master 3. This one has nicer materials, feels really good, and it also has a larger size, a little bit more weight to it so that your hand feels more comfortable and ergonomic when you're mousing around all day long, you know, being super productive at work. And it also has this new haptic vibration here, so when you press on this button right here, you feel a little vibration, which feels kind of like a video game controller. That's really nice. And then there's also the Action Ring, which is a piece of software that you can activate. It brings up a little ring on screen for a Mac or a PC, and it lets you get a bunch of shortcuts. So for example, you can get a screenshot shortcut. You can also get access to AI chatbots like ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity. It's really handy. You can customize it fully to whatever actions or shortcuts that you want. Yeah, I mean, this is just a nice mouse. I feel like I could like mouse on this thing all day long without my hands getting fatigued. It just pairs really well with the Keychron all ceramic keyboard. And my favorite computer to connect all these accessories to is the Framework desktop. Check how small this thing is. Probably guessed, it has a handle. Well, an optional handle if you want to purchase that separately. As you can see, it is console size, but don't let its size fool you. It actually has tons of performance, whether that's for AI workloads or, my favorite thing, gaming. We've got the Gizmodo logo over here, but if you're feeling really crafty, you can also 3D print your own panels and interchange them however you want. Down here, slide this little switch. You can actually pop out some of these modules here. These allow you to interchange different I/O ports. Here I've got USB-C and USB-A. They come in a bunch of different colors. These are actually from the Framework laptop. So if you have that kind of DIY modular laptop, you can take those components that you're not using, pop them into a desktop and repurpose it. It's really neat. And they just go in like that really easily. It's great for gaming, but it's also not meant to take up a lot of space on your desk. A lot of gaming rigs are just big, they're splashy, they're full of RGB, they're just so in your face. This is just a little bit more subtle, but still full personality, still, you know, eye-catching, and yeah, you have a lot more space for all of your other productivity gadgets. When you're done being overproductive at work, what better way to kick back than to play some video games? Now, we all know the Nintendo Switch 2 is the hottest console release of the year, and while the Joy-Cons work really well, I think there's a better controller for everyone. This is the 8-Bit Do Pro 3, and there are 3 reasons that I like this. Number 1, the GameCube colorway. It's just so nostalgic, so retro, perfection. Number 2, this doesn't have any kind of joystick drift. If you had an original Nintendo Switch, you'll know that it suffered from something called Joy-Con drift, and that just means the joysticks would move without your input. This has something called TMR, or tunneling magnetoresistance technology. And with that, it just ensures your joysticks do not drift at all. And then number 3, I like that the buttons are interchangeable. So are the joysticks. So if you go to the dock over here, and you take out this suction, you can also see additional buttons over here. You can actually take this magnetic suction and pluck out the buttons. Here I've removed the B button, and if you want, you can swap out the button layout. If you want A across from B like a weirdo, you can totally do that. If you want to just swap A and B with X and Y, you can also do that as well. And if you just yank very lightly on these joysticks, you can swap in another pair. So here I've got one that resembles an old arcade joystick. That's kind of neat, huh? And yeah, this is just a really versatile controller. You've got tons of buttons. You've got L1, R1, L2, R2, L4, R4. You've got also back buttons back here. You've got these little switches and that allow the shoulder buttons to have more tension. Really, this controller is for people who want a great Nintendo Switch 2 controller, but also allows it to be used with other platforms like your phone, your tablet, your Mac, your PC. Now, there is one downside, and that is this controller does not work with Xbox or PlayStation. It's a little bit of a bummer, but overall, I think it's a great package. Not into gaming? No worries. Maybe the We Are Rewind cassette player is more your speed. First things first, I like this colorway a lot. The build quality is also really premium. Buttons are super tactile and clicky. I like that a lot. I can see a few ports over here, which I'll get to in a second. Yeah, this is just a cassette player with a few modern twists. First, it supports wireless audio, so you can take your favorite pair of wireless headphones or wireless earbuds like AirPods Pro 3 and just connect directly through Bluetooth and listen to your tunes distraction-free. No TikTok, no notifications, just like the good old days. And then it also supports charging via USB-C. So back in the day, you'd burn through a lot of AA batteries. Now you can just plug it in directly into a power brick and it'll be good for 10 to 12 hours. And the other thing I really like is that you can record your own mixtapes. For those who know, back in the day, you had to record your own mixtapes from the radio. Yes, I know, what is a radio? But there's something really nostalgic about that and just so personal, and you can make it for a friend, make it for a loved one. It's the gift that just keeps on giving. For a less connected gift idea, I have just a thing. Yeah, this is the Nintendo Lego Game Boy. Check this baby out. This thing is a nearly one-to-one replica of the original 1989 handheld. That is my favorite gadget of all time. But it's not just like, you know, brick deep. It actually has pressable buttons. So I actually interviewed the designers of this set, and they went through great lengths to make sure the D-pad, the A-B buttons, even the start and select buttons and the dials on the side, they are tactile. The details are everywhere. This is not just, you know, a pretty piece for your shelf. Check this out. There are actually game packs back here. I've got two here that come with a set. You've got Zelda, you've got Super Mario Land, and these slot into the back of the Game Boy, just like so, just like a real Game Boy pack would slot into the handheld. And not only that, check this out. If you pull this back part off, now this thing, they told me this thing is called a dingler. It's unofficially called the dingler. This allows you to swap in these lenticular screens. So you get three of them. You get the Nintendo boot up logo, you get Super Mario Land, and you also get The Legend of Zelda. And you can basically just pop this in like so, snap the dingler back into place, put the back panel on. I've got Super Mario Land here, so let me put that pack in here. Ta-da! If you kind of like wiggle it top to bottom, you can see the game move in sort of like a pseudo 3D. I mean, it's just so much fun to piece together. There are 421 pieces, which will probably take you about a little bit over an hour, but as a weekend, like, you know, experience, you can't go wrong with this. Like, this thing is affordable and it's just such a blast and such a nostalgic trip. Okay, as promised, I've got one more tech gift, and that sits at the intersection of the outdoors, the office, and the living room. This is the X-Jimmy Horizon 20, and it's a beast of a projector. This thing throws a super bright, super large screen on a ceiling, on a wall, on the side of a building if you want to. It has 3200 lumens, which is super bright. It has 4K support. You can also game with this projector, which means you can throw the screen up to 300 inches, but that drops the resolution down to 1080p. I also like that this projector has built-in 360-degree Harman Kardon sound. That means it's gonna rattle the walls and get really loud. Don't blame me if your neighbors complain though. But the most important thing about this projector is that it swivels and also tilts. Most projectors simply do not do that, which means it can be hard to project it onto a ceiling or onto a wall. So as I said before, whether you're considering a gift for the outdoors, the office, or the living room, if you have the money to splurge, I would highly consider this projector. So there you have it, 11 tech gifts for that special someone, or even yourself. For me, the most important thing about gifting is that it's thoughtful. You don't need to spend a lot of money, you just need to get the right gift for the right person. Thanks for watching, hit that like and subscribe button, and let me know in the comments down below what tech gifts you're buying. Happy gadget gifting!